once more. Last night, the unicorn had come again. 10 years ago she had had the first unicorn dream, after seeing an impression of the creature fixed into the sealing wax of a letter to her aunt from England. Mary had been 8 years old then, and as she slept, the unicorn had come to her, like a tiny toy with great soft eyes, and she could pull it after her on a string. As she grew, the dream had altered. She would dream of meeting with the unicorn in an enchanted wood, and they would run between the trees, a race which neither won, and afterward they would drink from a secret spring. She wasn't allowed to have pets, but her dream unicorn was satisfying, exclusively hers, and would always come again if she went to the edge of the woods and called. Her aunt would never find out about it because it lived in the wild and was only tame for her. Then it left her dreams and hadn't returned for years, until last night. It had burst through the window in a frightening rush of energy, glass flying everywhere, and it had reared in the corner of the room, pawing and snorting, looking bigger than it had been before, its muscles white and glistening beneath its creamy hide, its chest broad and heaving, its horn poised and thick. She had cowered beneath the covers, but curiosity caused her to look in small peeps and then long gazes. Its eyes were different now, still big, but there was knowledge there, a frightening intelligence, and it tossed its head, beckoning to her. "He wants me to ride him," she had thought in her dream. "Am I too afraid?" She was going to leave her bed and go closer, but before she moved, it turned in a sudden dash and leaped through the window, hooves flashing in the moonlight. The fantasy hoofbeats faded slowly from her daydream, slipping away into the dimly lit part of the mind where dreams lie in safekeeping. Mary came back to reality as the soft walking rhythm of a flesh-and-blood horse prosaically replaced her midnight creature. She had been expecting no visitors, so she looked up quickly toward the sound, toward the narrow pebbled carriageway that split her aunt's 2-story red brick house from the old frame barn. From behind the potent green of a ridge of lilac bushes, she saw her only brother emerge and watched with unbelieving elation as he worked his sweaty animal over to the shaded wall beside her. "Carl! Oh, Carl, hello! Hail! Salutations! Guten Morgen!" Leaning forward in the saddle, her brother said, "I take that to mean I haven't arrived at an unwelcome moment. Who's been teaching you German?" "Henry Koch, but that's all he knows, so it was a short lesson." Grinning her delight in a way she was sure must look foolish, Mary set down her sketch pad and extended her hand. 3 months it had been since she had seen him, a comparatively short interval. Heroes, it seemed, didn't make the most attentive brothers. "How did you know to find me back here?" "One of your Abigails told me. Bess, I think. She's sitting around front shelling peas and dickering with a trunk peddler over a card of buttons," he said, taking her offered hand. "Imagine it will ruffle April's feathers that I didn't have myself announced." It was clear from the unemotional tone of his observation that this was not a circumstance that would trouble him overmuch. But because her brother's casual dislike of their aunt made Mary uncomfortable, she sidestepped the ramifications of his remark and said, "Not at all, Carl. Family needn't stand on ceremony. How glad I am to see you. But I'm surprised. I thought you were in the capital with Father." Her expression changed. "Has something happened? Father, is he—" "He's well. Same as always, tough as a horseshoe, although Mrs. Madison says he doesn't get enough rest. I don't know. I didn't come to talk to you about him." He gave her hand a brief squeeze before he released it, and then removed his hat, brushed back his hair, which was red gold like hers but not as thick, and put his hat back on. He was gray with road dust and had tired, fine lines on his lean face, around his eyes, unusual lines on one so young, mapping the intensity within. She could tell he'd ridden hard. He was